Okay, I think we can get started. Hello, my name is Hugh Peterson. I'm the product manager for standard imaging for our PIPSpro software, which I will be giving you an overview of today. And actually, just want to kind of introduce you to our QA Fusion package. The QA Fusion package is a combination of our PIPSpro software for the actual QA test functionality, as well as our QA Pilot package, which is our cloud-based QA management software. So today, like I said, I'm going to kind of cover the PIPSpro component of it, if I can get my PowerPoint to move forward. Seems to not want to move. There we go. Sorry about that. So we like to call it TG142 Made Easy. It actually has a components within a number of different modules to allow you to do many different tests for TG142 or just QA in general if you don't adhere to the AAPM task group but use your own protocols. So, kind of why do we do what we do? Well, basically, we know that cancer affects families, coworkers, friends in so many different ways, either directly or indirectly. And we're very proud to be a leading QA manufacturer to make sure that those radiation oncology treatments are doing what they're supposed to do in the best way possible. So we want to be your partners in precision for just that. A little bit of housekeeping today. Basically, today's webinar will be recorded for future review. You will get a link to the webinar after it's complete via email, and then you can feel free to revisit it or share it with colleagues if they were not able to attend today. But we'll send that out probably either later this afternoon or tomorrow. You are on mute, so any questions you have, you can go ahead and put in your in the question box in the dialog entry box on your screen. And a little bit about Standard Imaging. We were based in Middleton, Wisconsin. We were founded in 1989. So, over 30 years experience now, design and manufacture a complete full suite of QA products for radiation therapy, from our X-rated line of ion chambers, our electrometers, the Max and the Supermax, and our CDX as well. Many different phantoms, our Mimi Phantom for daily couch and isocentricity of the imagers, QA for that. We have our Lucy Phantom for stereotactic. So a whole host of different hardware solutions. And then we also have a lot of different software solutions too, from our PIPSpro, which I'll be touching on today, our I Am Sure, which is a secondary MU calculation software, our Adaptivo, which is patient-specific QA, and has an adaptive module as well as a portal dosimetry component to it, and a number of other different software packages as well. But today I want to talk about PIPSpro. It's a filmless quantifiable TG142 QA solution. It automates the analysis of over 30 TG142 recommended QA tasks, from your MV and KV imager image quality, cone beam CT quality, various MLC QA tests, including both image-based and log file-based. For example, the image-based, your picket fence type test, or leaf transmission or leaf position type test. The log file based test doing repeatability as well as individual leaf speed. We have an automated Winston lutz in our stereotactic package, which allows you to check your rotational accuracies for the isocenter. Automated radiation light field coincidence test. A star shot analysis for gantry, couch, and collimator, as well as igrt, kind of a database for trending your daily checks of your 2D, 2D, and 3D, 3D matching. But let's kind of jump into the software a little bit. I'll show you some of the specifics. We've got a very strong database management tool within the system. The nice thing about PIPSpro is it's very scalable. From either if you have a large corporate situation where you have a number of different facilities under one umbrella, we have that capability. Or if you're just a small single local site with 1 or 2 or 3 accelerators, it's scalable to all that functionality. It's got a very easy department and user setup. You can see our system manager dialog box on the left, breaking things down in divisions and departments and users, various Linux, setting the thresholds and the phantoms. We have Citrix server support for enterprise-wide systems. There's a centralized database access for enterprise-wide systems as well for checking your results and your trending and comparing. And setup baselines gives you quick built-in quick selects to direct you to your specific tests. For the Linux and the thresholds, you can enter in your Linux specific information, the type of MLC you have, whether you've got a 3D or a 6D couch, type of imagers, whether you're have the KB imager in there or not. You can set the, like I mentioned, the coordinate system, either to Varian or Electa, manage the energies for your different tests as well for all your different energies on your Linux. And again, like I mentioned, your 3D and your 6D couch choice as well. Then we also have on the right, you'll see this is our thresholds and our tolerances screen. Everything is set to the defaults for the alerts and the errors for TG142, but those are usable, adjustable, so you can tighten those or loosen those as you see fit. Very easily customizable for your specific facilities needs. We also have what we call the QA dashboard, and the QA dashboard basically gives you the results of your last set of tests and shows you in green, yellow, and red results, whether they're passing, cautioned, or failed. And they're also symbol type shapes too. So I know colorblindness is sometimes an issue. So we also have those squares, triangles, and circles for pass, caution, and fail. Gives you a quick and easy review of your most recent tests. Basically, now starting some of the test components within the software. As I mentioned, we've got MV and KV planar imaging QA, and those give you automated calculated results for the spatial resolution, the uniformity, the contrast, and the contrast to noise very easily, very quickly. You can see the image of the phantom on the right. The software will automatically find those regions of interest and run the calculation automatically. And then with the flood field below, we actually go and the software will find 5 different points within the flood field for uniformity, and then also the smaller rectangles looking for the lightest and the darkest spots on the image as well for that contrast to noise test. For the cone beam CT QA, we've got automated tests using the Phantom Laboratories CAT fan. Typically, if you have a Varian Linac or a Electa Linac with the cone beam component on there, you will receive with the Linac the CAT fan, typically either the 503 or the 504, depending on whether it's Varian or Electa. And we also analyze the 600 series, the 600 and the 604 Phantoms as well. And we give you automated test results and color-coded results for uniformity and noise, Hounsfield constancy, geometric distortion, slice thickness, low contrast visibility, and low contrast detectability as well, and give you not only a quick summary overview, as you can see there in the upper right with the various colors of passing and failing, but also you can drill down into the specific tests themselves, see the imagery of the phantom that was taken, and then specific results for individual components of those specific tests. Our leaf speed, we do a true leaf speed. It's not an average. We actually go in and look at the log files, and instead of choosing just a dosimetric average and then calculating an average speed, we actually go in and look at each individual leaf within the system, something that's pretty unique to PIPSpro. We do check each individual leaf speed, and a lot of times if you look on those images on the right, the results page, you can see some of the outer leaves are either giving caution or failing outright, because those leaves tend not to be used as much as the inner leaves. So they may have some additional lubricant or dust, or just might have a little more friction because they're not used regularly. So you do kind of see a typical result like this. But then you can see that the inner leaves that are typically used more pass pretty well. And then the matrix on the upper left of that screen, that kind of gives you your 10 worst culprits, if you will, the 10 worst results, showing you which leaves may be causing the biggest issues within the banks of the leaves. Our MLC-based, image-based MLC test, I should say. We have the multiport or the picket fence test. We have leaf position accuracy and leaf transmission as well. Here's an example of the image taken for the multiport image going across, and then the results there showing you the different positions of the banks in the left bank and the right bank positions as the ports are set. And then you're getting individual results as well for the leaf positions below on a numerical matrix as well. The radiation light field coincidence, we use a specific phantom developed by Standard Imaging called the FC2. And basically, it's a square phantom that gives you the chance to check either a 10 by 10 or a 20 by 20 field. There are embedded fiducials within the phantom, and you can kind of see those for the 20 by 20 field. I'm sorry, the 15 by 15 field on the outside here, showing you boxed with that yellow square. The software will automatically find those fiducials and will calculate the radiation edge compared to the field edge, and give you quantifiable results, as you'll see in the summarized charted image on the right, showing you in a Cartesian plane your displacements of your radiation light field, your center crosshair as well, and then your light field also. So you get full results for the three main components of this test: your radiation field, your light field, and your center crosshair. Star shot analysis, we have can be used for EPID or film. Obviously, one of the tests is requiring film because of the geometries of the gantry cannot accommodate a test with the EPID for that, but we can use EPID or film. As I mentioned, gantry, collimator, and couch, and gives you a one-click analysis. You just have to click on the center of the star shot, and the software will do the rest. You don't have to be perfect. You just, as long as you find the bright spot of the convergence of the rays of the star shot, the software will find that and give you results. And as you can see on the right, you have your results. And according to the TG142 test, it chooses and analyzes and gives you the smallest circle that will encompass and incorporate all the rays of the star shot, and then gives you that specific size of that circle for your analysis. So it's a pretty straightforward test. Follows again the TG142 protocol. Our automated Winston Lutz test can be MLC or cone based. So you have the ability to use either cones or MLC stereotactic setups. It will automatically calculate the optimal 3D shifts using the different cardinal angles that are selected for the different position. The software, as you can see on the right, will denote and find that radiation edge noted in green, as well as the radiation center, which is the green crosshair. And it will also find the center of the ball marker of the Winston Lutz Phantom and give you the center of that shown in the yellow crosshair. Typically, it can be used with just about any Winston Lutz Phantom out there. You can use our pointer system. We've got a couple different pointers, as you can see on the lower left. We also have a Winston Lutz Cube. You can use other included Winston Lutz Phantoms that may have come with your Linac setup, things like that. So it's a pretty open scope as far as what Winston Lutz Phantom you're using. But basically, when you run the test, you bring in your images. It will automatically calculate your deviations in the in-plane and cross-plane on the different images. And then you'll see on the left, you have the 3D calculation, which gives you those optimal couch shifts for the X, Y, and Z direction to get that system positioned correctly and accurately for isocenter. We have a igrt module. This is kind of more just a database module. It doesn't do any specific tests within, but using something like our Mimi Phantom, which is our isocentricity phantom for the MV and KV imagers, you can track those offsets. You can do and track your 2D KV matching, your 2D MV matching, your 3D cone beam CT matching as well. And then it gives you the ability to do quick and easy reviews for igrt reports, showing you the trending of those dates and that data. And that's the igrt module. So I was going to kind of jump into the interface, just so you can kind of get an idea of what we're looking at for the specific software. So here is that dashboard, which will come up upon starting the software. You can hide that accordingly, but it does show you, like I mentioned, your different tests here, and then your different results here. And I can easily hide that. Quick run through. Here's our system manager. I mentioned this is where you can set up your divisions, your departments, your users, your Linacs, for example. You can do your different set up your different Linacs, and they'll show over here in this specific area here. For example, our sales group for demo has quite a few different Linacs set up for demo purposes. For this one, I've got the TrueBeam. You'll see up here in the upper left on the menu bar, it will always show you which Linac is active as far as what is selected. Right now, I've got Maple Hospital's TrueBeam selected. Another nice feature within the system manager is you can set up different user profiles. So you can have different settings, different security settings for different people. We have what's called a super user or an administrator, which has access to the ability to change your thresholds, add and remove data from your system manager, such as your Linacs. You can add Linux, take Linux away. There's a basic level of security as well, which will allow the test to be performed and data input, but no manipulation of any of the specific inputs of the information. So that's a quick touch on the system manager. As far as the applications go, you have everything right here at your fingertips. For example, I'll just pull up an Imager QA test. We have right here what we call the quick selects. So once you set a baseline in the software, you have the ability to choose these different quick selects. So here we've got our QC3, which is our MV planar image test. We've got our QC, and you can name these accordingly. We've got our QC KV dual test, and that basically gives you the ability to do your KV planar tests. And what I mean by dual, instead of using a flood field, you can also take two images of the same phantom, a little bit 10, 20, 30 seconds apart for doing your uniformity and your contrast to noise checks. but you can also do it with the flood field. So it gives you a little variety there. And then here's your cat fan test as well for your 504, in this case for the variant. And then there's also the QCKV single, which is that flood field and only one single image of the phantom. But for example, I'm going to pop open the test for the cat fan. I just need to go, and it remembers your positions of where you go to find your specific images or your test results. So here I have the cone beam 504. I've got 64 images within this phantom for the CT set. I can open that. It automatically loads the images, as you can see here. Automatically detects the feature components of the phantom set, and then automatically returns the results here. If I wanted to, I can go back to that image, and this is the key slice, as we refer to it, and this is what the test keys off of. So it looks for this MDF bead in the center, and then the pins here, and it keys off those specific targets, and then it will allow you to basically give you the rest of your tests. So I can go to my test results here, my uniformity noise, my Hounsfield's constancy, spatial resolution, things like that. And I can also click right into that specific test. For example, here's my Hounsfield constancy test. It goes through and it localizes on those 8 targets within the for the different densities. In this case, we have an air pocket. We've got PMP, LDPE, polystyrene, air, acrylic, Delrin, and Teflon. So 8 different densities, or 7 different densities, because there are 2 air pockets. But gives you your expected Hounsfield units, and then you're measured here, and then these will show up in your color-coded red, yellow, green for your checks. And you can go. Got to move my dialog box here, but I can go over here and check my results here. I can go up. I want to look at my slice thickness. It will go and it'll find the slice with the ramps, the aluminum ramps within. Shows you not only geometric distortion here, also shows you your slice thickness test here, what your expected thicknesses are, what your actual thicknesses are, and whether they're passing or failing. So that's just kind of a quick example of the cone beam test. I can go ahead and close that. I don't want to save my results. Another example here, I'll do the stereotactic test just to kind of show you there. I can load those 8 images. Again, it automatically goes to where your specific results are located. I can open those up. Gives me brings in those images. Automatically will find that radiation edge denoted in green. Show you that crosshair center here of the radiation field. Also shows you and finds the ball marker and gives you a crosshair in yellow for the center of that ball marker. And then gives you here, you can see your calculations in your DU and your DV noted here, U being in plane, V being cross plane. Automatically gives you those results in 2D, but then also will automatically calculate your optimal shifts here in your 3D. So that's just a couple of examples. Like I said, I just want to do a kind of a quick overview today of the software. If you do want to see the software in more in depth, we can certainly set up a personalized demo for you, and you can talk to your regional rep or your distributor for that. And we're happy to do that. You can find that information on our website as far as who to get in contact with, or you can just send it to sales@standardimaging.com to get directed to the correct person to set up one of those demos, a more in-depth demo. But now, kind of moving on a little bit, wanted to talk about, again, that QA Fusion, which is, again, the component of our software that I just showed you, the PIPSpro, but then also a combination with our QA Pilot software, which is our QA management software, cloud-based software. It allows direct upload of our PIPSpro test results into the QA management software, QA Pilot, very automatically. You can choose that on your dashboard here. You've got not only you can show the dashboard, but you can also show your QA pilot portal, and then you can easily transfer that data right to the QA pilot software. So that's a screenshot of the results test of our within the QA pilot for the imaging. So you've got your cone beam test there and what your results are. There's a little more drill down into some of the specifics of that data for the cone beam CT result. Full reporting both on the QA pilot and PIPSpro sides. So both components will allow you to do full reporting of your results for TG142 or for different accreditations as needed. The test results are pushed from PIPSpro right into QA pilot, and you can customize your tests within both components of the software as well. So just kind of looking into some of the components of what we're adding, we just have that direct upload to QA pilot. We had some enhanced cat fan marker detection within that cone beam QA module, so that's been improved. So it makes things a little easier, makes your life a little easier, I should say, when you are doing your cone beam tests. We've added some enhanced TRF file analyzation for the leaf speed module for Elekta as well. So some of the PIPSpro advantages, everything is quantifiable. It's not just a quality test. You actually have numbers and numerical results and very repeatable results. It just makes it that much easier to do your compliance for TG142. Again, centralized database, it's scalable to specific needs from the largest of the large groups to the smallest individual radiation oncology centers out there. Have that results dashboard for a single view of your most recent results. Quantifiable results for every test within the with our precision phantoms or that cone beam, the cat fan phantom from Phantom Laboratories. Very easy, intuitive user interface for each module and automated results. The smart software actually will localize targets and fiducials and field edges, so you have less mouse clicks and everything is that much more automated for your test results. And again, like I mentioned, there's over 30 TG142 tests and in one package, and everything is automatically uploaded if you have the QA pilot component of the QA Fusion software package as well. So that's kind of all I had today. Like I said, it was just a kind of a breeze through the software to show you kind of what's all in there. If you do want to have a more in-depth look at the software, please feel free to check out our website. You can sign up for more webinars there, or you can sign up to contact your regional representative for a demo. You can also email sales@standardimaging.com, and they can that will be directed to the regional rep or distributor, so we can set up a more in-depth demo of the software as well. So if there are any questions, let me open up my window here and see if there are any. Nope, doesn't look like I have any questions. But if you do have any questions, again, sales@standardimaging. And I'm sure those will get directed to me as well as the product manager, and I can help you out with those questions as they come. But otherwise, I'd like to thank you very much for your time. And if you do have any needs, please don't forget to check www.standardimaging.com. Thanks very much.